we be getting a little bit closer to the 9 o'clock time. So shout out
Yep.
to us.
Facts.
You know,
We not live 9:30 no more. Not live at
nah, we
9:30.
gotta switch that up.
Yeah, facts. So hey, how you been, Barry?
Well, since last week, I've been a little bit what's the right word? I've been a bit startled, shaken up, and there's another word I want to use, but I can't think of it right now.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, after we left this lovely establishment where we record our show, we were attacked by a white woman, and I've never been attacked by anybody, let alone a white woman in New York. So it's like a part of me didn't know how to respond to it, but I think a week has went by, and I'm ready. I'm ready to respond. I mean, you was also attacked by the
I
same.
was the most attacked. Like I
I
got the
was sneak
most
attacked
brunt of the
though.
damage.
Cause
I was sneak attack. I didn't even feel it.
I didn't feel it either. I had yogurt on my pants for 3 days. I didn't even know it.
Man, I had yogurt on my shirt, pants, umbrella. Thankfully, not my bag, and I had on my shoes. It was
And I just felt like it just lets me know that, like, at the end of the day, what I learned from that is you can't save everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people are put on earth to just be a disturbance. And, it is what it is. Because it's like the reason why I was so, like, I mean, I know I was joking around when I said I was shaking up and stuff, but in reality, like, she could have done anything and, like,
well. First, should we tell the story?
oh, yeah, you tell the story.
I've told it so many times. Okay, so pretty much for those who don't follow us on our personal Instagrams, pretty much,
I was so hurt I couldn't even post it.
uh,
I didn't want nobody knowing my business.
yo, we could sell this and like make
I'm
some money.
serious. Like I was bamboozled.
Like we were shooken. We were
I
shooken.
was shooketh.
Oh man. So pretty much, I'll say what happened was we, got done with our good show last week with Swaggy Bum. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
And it was pouring outside, and so we were like, all right, let's get an Uber. And so I call an Uber, and
Well, this is the part while he's calling the Uber, the lady comes up to me and she's like, "Excuse me," and like I already could see that she wasn't like she was a little bit disheveled. Like she wasn't somebody that was like a regular like I wouldn't say she was regular. She just wasn't somebody like if somebody's asking you to use your phone or something like that, like they not I don't want to say that, but she just wasn't somebody that like I was trying to give that much attention to because she seemed like she wasn't in her right mind.
yeah, I was the nice guy, and I need to stop being the nice guy. I need to be a bad guy sometimes, because
So,
I was the one being like, oh, what's wrong, blah 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 blah, and
I mean,
you
you
know.
could clearly look and see something's wrong with her. That's why I was just trying to avoid any further
Yeah, Barry
conversation.
didn't want no issue. He did not. He was not trying to hear that shit.
I was like, yo, I can't help you. Whatever you need help with, I literally can't help you. Like, you can't use my phone. Like, there's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? And it sucks that, like, that led to me having yogurt thrown on me and things like that. Because it's like, I can't expect, you can't expect to be helped by everybody, especially if you look like you need another kind of help that I can't help. That's how I felt.
Nah, definitely, because it was just like I don't know what she was definitely on something.
But she either was
And
on drugs or need to be on drugs. And that's another thing that I can't help you with. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a different space in my life, and she's bringing negative vibes to yeah. Like at the end of the day, for her to call me a nigga and throw yogurt on me because I didn't want to let her use my cell. First of all, I don't even have like a regular cell phone that people could just use like that. So she don't even know my whole situation. She just automatically just reacted, and like I didn't like it, and it bothered me.
but like, so I was talking to people about this because they was asking me about this, and I'm just trying to figure out what was she gonna do when she got her. If I gave her my phone, I wonder what she was gonna do.
But that thing is best that you
Cause
did.
like she wasn't gonna run off with it. Obviously, I'm gonna catch her. So it's like,
But she might have, because what if she was like short like $3 to get some like drugs or something? Because like it just for me, I've seen a lot of stuff happen. Like I've seen people sell their cell phone for $5 because they trying to get drugs. Like I've seen that happen.
But she couldn't have possibly thought she was gonna rob us unless she had a
But
gun, of
that's not
course.
robbing if she asks you for your phone and you say yeah, and then she leave. Like she didn't rob you. Like
Well, I mean, what do you mean? I want it back. That don't mean you could keep it.
that don't mean that she. You can't go to the cops like yo, she robbed me. Like
Yes, you
she,
can.
She asked to use your phone and you gave it to her,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. And she didn't give it back.
She's not done using it. That's what I'm saying. It's so many loopholes that
You try doing that and see what happens.
Like y'all still using that shit. Like you had thirst. Nah, I don't know. I really don't know I don't know what that situation was. All I'm saying is that I've never been attacked in my 29 years in New York City, and I hope it never happens again. That's what I'm gonna say. But if something does happen to me, it was a white woman that did it, and that's even worse.
But I mean, the shitty part about it is, I hope she gets help or something like that.
I do too, though. I hope
You know,
whatever
'cause
she was dealing with.
definitely because she was trying to say, "Oh, my son is dying," but we knew it was some BS.
Maybe her son is dying, but her son will not want you behaving like that.
Exactly.
That's how I
Because
feel.
crazy part was I was gonna help her. And she
Yeah,
didn't tell
he
me, "Yo."
was gonna help her, not me. He was. I ain't gonna lie. If he was, yeah.
I was gonna
So
let
she
you
missed her blessing. So while calling us niggas, there's no reason for that. That's how I feel.
Nah. And then she went around on a rampage looking like Godzilla, just like kicking
Yeah,
windows and stuff like that.
It's
After.
like she showed me why from jump. I already knew from jump not to mess with her, and then she continued to show me reasons why I shouldn't have.
Because the
why-
people in the cars, like there was because there's like a stoplight right in front of the building, so there was cars like watching this happen. So like they of course wasn't gonna help her out because they just saw what she did to us. So it was just
And she's kicking their car doors, and then she's trying to go into a lot of other buildings and doing the same tactics. That's not gonna work.
and it's like
You're not gonna win when you ain't right within.
and of all stuff she threw a Chobani at me like
Yeah. I had yogurt on my pants, right? Then I wiped it off. I'm thinking that I'm good. And then I still had it on my pants a few days later. Like, and my mom told me, and I was like, damn, I was walking around with all this yogurt on my back of my pants, looking like I spent the night at somebody's house that I shouldn't have been at. You know what I'm saying?
wait what?
And I'm just saying, I shouldn't have to walk around the streets of New York. You know what I'm saying? Looking like I was chilling with Elton John and Richard Pryor and all the other people. You know what I'm saying? I was
What
just
does that
chilling.
even mean?
That's what I'm saying. I was minding my business. And
What you trying to say about Elton John and Richard Pryor though?
I'm saying they have parties that the Hollywood people be talking about for decades. And I go straight home and go home by myself and go to sleep. And my pants should just look like that's what I did that day. That's what I was trying to say.
I thought you were trying to say something else.
Now there's nothing else to say with what I said. But yeah, so the moral of the story is it's never safe, and be Like I don't know, it's really nothing you could do in this world, like, but just because it's like I would say, what could we have done in that situation to prevented that? Then it's like
We could have walked away.
I walked away. I said, Miss, I can't help you.
I mean, I kind of walked away too, but it's like
This is what I learned. Some confrontation is just needed. So I should have just looked her dead in her face and said, no, miss, I don't know what's going on, but it's not happening over here. Because I straight up I turned my mom said, you never turn your back on nobody. But me, I turned my back because I'm like, I dare you to run up on me when my back is turned because now you getting whatever you going to get. But, like, I ain't give, like, I turned my back on her and then I felt mad, like, stuff on me. But I was like, there's no way, like, that's me being bold and prideful. I was like, there's no way she threw something at me. There's no possible
I couldn't believe it when you
way
told me.
in the world. And I saw her throw the thing at you, but I was like, yeah, but she ain't throw nothing at me, though, because she know better. Like, I'm still thinking that, but that was the first person she threw something at. So, you know, you got to be careful out here, man.
Yeah, people take advantage of good people, I guess.
And good people let themselves get taken advantage of, too.
Oh damn, you're throwing shots at me, huh?
I mean, I ain't you, just in general.
I'm fucking with you.
Nah, yeah, but I don't know. Let's talk the same positive. So, like,
You want to start our new segment?
Yeah, let's start with our new segment, and
All right, so we got a new segment on Live at 9. It's called Nine Lives. We're going to talk about like nine people's lives, what they're doing in the community, what's going on in their life, positive.
I like this.
Just like a positive outtake of what's going on in the world. So,
Especially because the news always highlights the negative stuff in the
and
world.
that's a fact.
So we at Live at 9 gonna give y'all the real news.
So if you can start with number one, Africa. Thank you. Number one is Black retired Army Ranger Moses West, CEO of Paladin Water Technology and founder of Water Rescue Foundation. He creates atmospheric water generators, and it can be solar powered, and he pretty much synthesizes fresh water from thin air. To shout out to him.
He making fresh water. So it's like he doing the opposite of rain,
Pretty much, yeah. And it's clean.
and he's black.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Kudos, you know.
Yes, sir.
Make it Black History Month proud. We got new stuff to add in February. We doing it in October. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Black history don't stop
That is a fact.
unless we stop, and we don't really want to stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Never.
All right, so number two, former NFL running back D'Angelo Williams created the D'Angelo Williams Foundation in honor of his mother, Sandra Hill, who died of breast cancer in 2006. So because it's breast cancer awareness month, of course, shout out to him.
Shout out to all the survivors out there too.
Facts, all of y'all. He paid for 53 women's mammograms
Well, that's
because
dope.
his mom died at the age of 53. But ever since then, she died in back 2006. Ever since then, he's donated over like 500 mammograms to like different women for free.
That's dope.
Yeah,
And I just want to say shout out to him being an NFL player, and like I think that is dope that like organizations do certain stuff, but like when certain players do certain stuff that's out of their pocket to give back, I think that they
that's a fact.
That's
and
dope.
back then, because he's retired now, but back then when he was doing it, he actually got fined by the NFL for like supporting it and wearing like pink clothes and stuff like that.
And
That
I
just
mean,
shows you.
that's just ridiculous.
I
But
know.
it is, and that's what I like. Everybody has like a no matter what, like it's like I don't know, like I just be trying to like think of different things to tell people. Since we on the radio, we have like the voice to talk to people, so it's like everybody's dealing with some type of like something that they're dealing with, like period, right? I can imagine if I'm wearing something like, cause I don't know, like a lot of people we feel like a lot of people feel like money is the answer, so it's like you feel like you're in the NFL, you got enough money, you don't have to deal with certain stuff, but like I would be pissed off if I was in the NFL trying to dedicate something to my parent, like, cause you got the whole like Kaepernick thing, which I had a crazy conversation yesterday, which made me not even really understand where he stands at this point. But just to go out and try to do something positive and be fined or anything like that by the organization that you play for, it just has to be. I feel like even at that level of success, it's like, how do you get up and go play for people that don't support you?
I mean,
Or support anything that you like, the
'cause
thing that you care about the most, they telling you nah. Like how can you genuinely, like, you still have to feed your family, but how
Right.
can you, like,
I mean, that's probably why he retired.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard because it's like turn down millions or just go with it. I guess.
Not even that. Even like I was having a conversation with people like, during when everybody was supposed to be like, we're not watching NFL,
Mhm.
and then there's people that were watching it bootleg. So I'm like, what? I'm trying to understand, and not saying that they're wrong. I'm just like, if we're supposed to all be in solidarity, like, hey, we're not watching football, and then you're bootlegging it, like you're watching football, you're not giving them the money that they're looking for, but you still getting this. Like you're supposed to sacrifice something. I feel like you're supposed to sacrifice your need for wanting to watch something for the greater good of the cause. So it's like if you're bootlegging something and you're boycotting it, it's like, are you really like supporting the cause? Like how was like it just was weird.
Yeah, the thing about that, like I don't like disagree that people, with people that if they want to do that, stop watching football to like I guess, and protest. But I feel like it doesn't really have an impact unless like like a good amount of people do it. So I feel like you protesting and not watching football, and then like you coming at me for not doing it too. It's like, well, when the two of us do it, is it really gonna make a difference? Like if we do it like collectively, then that's a whole different conversation. It's like, okay, let's do this.
But if me and you do it and then somebody else do it, that's how things spread. Like it's like if everybody had like let's say when it come to voting, like we always because that's the conversation I was having. Like one of my friends shocked the hell out of me and told me that they was gonna vote for Trump. Not gonna say who or why. Oh, I'll say why. They really broke it down to me like how how he has done the most like all the stuff that he's done, like not the things that he's said, like the things that he's done as a president versus the other presidents. And this is why I don't like getting into politics because it's like if I really get into politics and I look at both sides and I see that one side ain't doing what they supposed to do, I'm gonna say something, and that's what I would hurt for it to be.
So this friend that you said is gonna vote for him, like, what is he? Is he?
He's black, yeah.
Wait, what?
But it's a lot of black people that are coming out. It's like he watched something that a lot of black people watch, and that person is the person that was the Trump supporter was the one that was giving the facts. So he wanted me to watch that and be like, look at all of the stuff he was saying, like about like how, um, like just different things, like how things are different between when Obama was president and things like that. And I'm like, just not even about the state of the country, just the state of businesses and like why he's going about doing things a certain way and things like that. So I'm like, it's like to be a if you really want to be like if you really want to be a part of like the politics or be in your community and stuff like that, you got to know everything that's going on, not just the stuff that benefits you.
Okay. Even if you play in devil's advocate there, like even if you want to say like, oh, people have gone more high, like there are more employed people when Trump was president, whatever you want to say, whatever narrative you want to say to help support Trump, you can't ignore the shit on TV where like he has people in cages, and that's
Nah,
the shit that offsets. Like no matter what you tell me, you could tell me, oh, employment has increased 100% or whatever, just some crazy ass number since Trump was president. President, I don't care because I see the shit that he did on TV, and that
I
shit like.
I want to state that
Yeah,
yeah,
I
nah,
know.
it
Yeah,
had nothing to do with me. Yeah.
yeah. You're not a Trump supporter. I'm not saying you are.
I'm
I'm just
not a
saying.
Trump supporter, but one thing I did ask this person who might be a Trump supporter, I did ask them, not that specific question, but just about the whole immigration thing. I'm like, bro, like that's just messed up. Like as far as like just, I didn't go into the whole cages thing, but that person, the Trump supporter, was trying to explain how it is messed up, but he's like, what's more messed up, which I don't agree with, is that the people that are not the people in the cages, not those people, but the immigrants. He's saying that they're coming over here and they're getting jobs, they're making money, and they're not paying any taxes. So they said it 100%.
So I don't care.
I don't care either. But I'm saying that I'm trying to, cause he's trying to get me to understand where Trump is coming from, as far as like why he doesn't want them here to begin with. He didn't agree that this was right either. But he's like, if they're helping them build their country up by coming, if they say let's say if you got 50 people staying in one apartment, and a job doesn't want to pay me $18 because they know they could pay these people $8, and that $8 is going to do a whole lot more for them than that $18 is going to do for me. You get what I'm saying? Or it could do the
Yeah.
exact same thing. So it's like if you got 6 people staying in an apartment and they all making $8, but the rent is still the same price versus let's say me and somebody else have an apartment and my rent is 18. I make $18 an hour and my rent is the same amount. I have to OD work. These people are like the immigrants. They're able to work and provide for their family in America and outside of America, and there's no tax on it. Like that's the whole thing, is the whole tax thing. So he's like, if you get rid of the immigrants, then you're cutting, you're having more money in the country. But that just lets me know that like when I was a younger person, I did look up to Trump because he always was a rich person. He always had money, but money to me isn't everything. Like just how are you? This how you was talking about the cages. Like I'm like, I want to know how much money it would take to get somebody out of a cage.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Like I don't. Well, I don't like that whole thing is just messed up, bro. Like I don't even have a. I don't even know what to say about that, bro. Because it's like How you can't even defend it? I feel like.
Nah, you shouldn't be able to.
You feel me? But anyways, moving on to damn, we got caught up. Um,
Yeah, sorry about that.
um, so moving on in the nine live segment, we're on number 3 now. Celeste Beatty, owner of Harlem Brewing Company, is the first black female brewery owner in the U.S. She started Harlem Brewing in 2000, making her first batches with like a home like brewery set like kit, and she got it as a gift. And ever since then, she's been able to build that brand and eventually get her own brewery. And pretty much she bases her beers and stuff like that based off of like Harlem and like African culture and stuff like that. So shout out to her for that. That's pretty dope. I don't even drink beer, but I might have to check that out. Um, do you drink beer much or?
I drink beer on occasion.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
not like I'll go home and drink a beer. Like
Yeah,
I don't
I
even really
never
like
really
Blue
got that,
Moon.
man. Like when people, like I don't want to judge nobody, but it's like I never got how people just go home, just drink a beer, like casually. Like I never.
I don't know. Maybe they just trying to figure. I don't know.
They drink it like it's water. Like that should be crazy. It's like that shit tastes disgusting to me.
And that brings. I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. Like I guess people just trying to find a way to get through the night.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Yeah. Everybody needs something to.
To
Like
cope.
some people, yeah, to cope with life. I feel like. So uh like some people might play video games, some people might go to church, some people
Right.
might smoke weed, some people might like drink a beer. Like it's that little one thing that they get to do for themselves that
That's
nobody
true.
can really say nothing about. And I feel like they feel like beer, it makes you feel a certain type of way, but it doesn't like make you get crazy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, that's true. But yeah, but shout out to her. So number 4 on our list, Will Smith. He's selling merch on his website, Bel Air Athletics. That specific merch is sold out currently, but he has like this dope Halloween merch coming out on his website, which I think is already out. So shout out to him because people have been profiting like off his name, off the TV show name, and he makes no money off of it. So it's good that he has his own brand now and he can make money off of
Who?
Will Smith.
He wasn't making money before?
Well, not with all those like I'm talking about like people who like you can see on Canal Street or like people like bootleg stuff like will have like Fresh Prince shirts like fake.
Oh
I mean
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
been like now that they have like an official like license like merch like you can tell like what's real and what's fake.
They
You
need
feel
to
me?
make a Fresh Prince pop up shop. That'd be
That'd be
lit.
dope. It's probably gonna happen. Wouldn't
And
you think?
Martin, probably Fresh Prince before Martin if they
Right.
was to do one. But
So, what do you think is better, Fresh Prince or Martin?
Martin is the funniest show to ever come
Oh
out.
wow. Okay. So I guess Africa agrees with that.
Yeah, happy belated to Africa, by the way.
Word. Shout out to her.
So yeah, Martin to me, cause it was I had a top 5 debate between Martin and my favorite show was King of Queens.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my
Okay.
favorite show.
Yeah, that's
And
up there.
but because Martin only had 5 seasons and the fifth season was shaky, but the first 4 seasons is just like I'm always going like that shit is just funny, bro.
Word.
Like, it's
That's a
like Martin
fact.
is just a funny person. Like he's like I think he was the funniest person in 1990s. Period.
Really? Well,
Period.
yeah, yeah, you can make that
Period.
argument. Like, it's not
Like
really,
all
yeah.
his movies, like in the show like was just so original, and then the movies that he was doing, like as far as the '90s, him and Will Smith, that like I think that was good for them to do Bad Boys together. But Will Smith was more of a family show, and
That's
Martin is
true.
just like Martin was like you wasn't supposed to be watching Martin at the age I was like 5'6", like
No, that's
you
facts.
feel me? Like that was a show that like I don't know.
You feel like, I feel like one show that doesn't get enough credit, or maybe just people didn't really rock with back then, the Steve Harvey show.
Oh yeah, that show was fire too. That show was
Like,
fire.
when they had Cedric the Entertainer and all that, like, I don't know. I think it's a really, like, underrated show to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But moving on to number 5 on our list. Shout out to Ray J. He's in charge of Death Row Records now, and the music coming out of it. There's rumors earlier this week saying that he owns like Suge Knight's Life rights. Um, but that's not true. His Knight's wife has his life rights, and then Nick Cannon is in charge of writing and publishing Knight's book. So shout out to Ray J. He's always making business moves.
So wait, you said Ray J is a part of it?
Yeah, he is in charge of Death Row Records, like just the music part.
Oh, okay, okay.
His wife is has like the life rights, so like
Ray J or his Suge
yeah,
Knight's wife?
Suge Knight's wife. So she
Okay.
like movies and stuff like that. She takes care of that. Um, and then for like the book, Nick Cannon's taking care of that.
Suge Knight. Are you interested in Suge Knight's life?
I mean, yeah, bro. Like Death Row Records is one of like the craziest. You know, they had a big impact on the rap
You
game.
know, I just found out that Suge Knight, Suge Knight, Puffy, and Suge Knight and Puffy were both on Interscope Records during that time. I didn't know that. I thought that was a really like East Coast West Coast thing. So the fact that they were on the same kind of label is kind of like they, the person that benefited the most was Interscope Records, in my opinion, out of their beef.
That's true. I mean, Snoop and Tupac were on Death Row, so it's like,
Yeah, but they were on Death Row, and Death Row was on Interscope, and then Biggie's on Bad Boy, and Bad Boy's on Interscope. So Interscope benefited the most out of that whole beef because
oh
you
yeah, I
get
get
what
what
I'm
you're saying.
saying,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, definitely.
and that's why I don't like. I don't know, man.
Yeah. But anyways, going on to number 6, black high school football coach Keenan Lowe. He talked to 18-year-old out of shooting the school up in Oregon, I believe. He was able to get the gun out of the kid's hands. Was able to hug him, told him, you know, everything's gonna be all right. You know, your life's valuable, stuff like that. And he pretty much talked the kid out of it. I think the kid is gonna serve like 36 months or something like that. But shout out to that coach. It could have ended like a lot worse, you know. Any comments on that? No.
I'm sorry, my mom was somewhere else. You have a phone call?
Oh, you do.
Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. What's good, Live at 9?
Hey, what's
What
good,
up?
bro?
What up?
What's good? You already know the vibes. It's my first time calling at the new show. I like the direction. I like the view. You know what I'm saying? Syracuse, New
Appreciate
York,
it.
be in the building.
Appreciate
You
you.
already know genetics in the building.
Facts, facts.
Nah, I love it, man. Yo, y'all keep grinding. I was talking to Barry the other day about it, man. Proud of y'all. You got a journey. Y'all keep it going, man. Keep the vibe going. And when y'all ready for live at 9:30, it's lit.
Yeah, we ready, bro. We ready.
Facts.
Got a chair waiting for you.
That's a fact. Yo, shout out to Vontae, too. I seen him in the group chat.
All right, shout out to Vontae.
Word.
What group chat?
The live at 9
Oh,
chat.
shout out to everybody in the
Oh,
live at 9
word.
chat. I
Yeah,
can't see
yeah,
y'all. A day can see y'all. He's not responding.
yeah. Nah, but my fault. I kind of got.
Shout out to Dave. He's in the chat with us. Saying he said
Shout out
good
to
morning.
Vontae. Oh, okay. He just made some news on the comment section. OTR Vontae coming out with a new EP January 2020. Okay.
Check him out.
Shout
OTR
out to him.
Vontae. 2020. Get ready. 2020. A lot of things is happening.
Yeah. Shout out to David. Shout out to everyone that's showing love. So, anyways, moving on with the segment, we move on to number 7. Sacramento Kings forward Harrison Barnes and Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle Malik Jackson. They're paying for the funeral of Tatiana Jefferson, who was murdered in Fort Worth, Texas, a couple weeks back. So shout out to them for that. Crazy story still about what happened. Any comments?
I'm tired of innocent lives being killed.
Innocent black lives.
Yeah, innocent black lives.
Innocent lives in general.
Innocent
Yes.
lives in
Yeah.
general, but especially, I'm just tired of hearing about the black lives. Like, I'm dying.
Yeah. Facts. Number 8. Some more positive news. Stephen Reed, the first black mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, and Montgomery, Alabama was founded in 1819. So that's been a couple of good amount of years. Montgomery, Alabama is also the same place where Rosa Parks refused to sit in the back of the bus. So that town has like a lot of racist background and stuff like that back then. So that's a big step forward for not only that city but also for the whole state of Alabama. So shout out to him. Any comments?
Shout out to him.
All right. And then number 9, last but not least, Jesse Jones, aka Filet. You know him for his voiceovers, doing sports videos and stuff like that. He's also a hooper. He just signed his first pro deal with the NBL in Canada, the St. John's Edge. He just signed with them yesterday, I believe. So hopefully that's a huge step into him becoming an NBA player, because a lot of people think he's just like an Instagrammer or a YouTuber, but he also can hoop. So yeah, that was pretty much a whole 9 live segment. We're gonna get better with it as the weeks go by. Let us know how you feel about it. And yeah, any got any general notes or any feedback?
I like this segment of the show.
Yeah, it's good to have like some positive stuff for once, rather than
What's really going on in the world.
So I turn on the TV all the time, and there's always a lot of negative stuff, but every once in a while some positive stuff. So it'll be all positive today, especially what happened to us last week, man. That shit is still crazy.
Crazy, man. But I just want to say, I thank God for, you know, for me being so understanding and not responding. I'm learning now that you have to respond in a certain type of way to certain situations, because you never know. You never know when something's going to happen that's going to take your focus. But it's all about how you respond to it. Because it's like, I didn't wake up thinking that was going to happen to us, but had I responded in a negative way,
See,
more negative things would have occurred.
and it's kind of weird because everyone's telling me like, yo, you should be pissed off about this. For some reason, I'm just not. Like, everyone's been telling me ever since I posted on my IG, like, people telling me, like, oh, you should have retaliated. Like, I definitely wasn't gonna do that. But like, people just telling me like, yo, this is a big deal type of thing. But it's like, it is, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like the only thing I could do is really like just laugh it off. I feel like that's what I pretty much did. I don't know. If people feel like it's a way more serious
I don't know.
topic.
I guess from the only reason why I was upset is because I wasn't really upset that I was more upset about the yogurt than her calling me a nigga, because I've been called all types of names. That was the first time I got called by a nigga by a white person. But I've been called a lot of hurtful stuff. Like, things like that don't hurt me. It was just more so that, like, it's like I said, I didn't post it anyway because I didn't know what kind of reaction. Because, like, I feel like when any situation, it's always gonna be somebody that oh, thanks for the update, Dave. He said that Arista Records was Bad Boys label at the time when Interscope. But I did read something where Master P was saying how he had a meeting with Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine had Suge Knight and Puffy on his side. So I don't know maybe Jimmy Iovine wasn't, I don't know how that situation occurred, but thanks for the info. But a lot of people are going to tell you what you should do and what you should do when you're in a situation. And most of the time, it's not what they would do if they were in a situation. Like, I have a lot of people that'll tell me in certain situations that I'll be in, and they will tell me what they would have done. But it's like that doesn't really help you either. Like, it only fuels your anger. Like, if sometimes you reacted the way you're supposed to react, and that's how you felt. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you feed, the more other people know about. That's why I was saying I didn't want to post it. 'Cause I'm like, the more people know about it, the more they have time to internalize something that happened. What, in a minute and a half? You get what I'm saying? Like, it was a minute and a half situation. We did not expect that to happen. It's pouring, raining, or whatever. So it's like, the more times you tell somebody like, yeah, yo, this happened. Like, people like, what? I'd have did this, or you should probably do that, or you should probably do that. That's filling your head of other people's thoughts and not what you would do. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So however you responded to it is however you were supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying? That's you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just how I feel. Like, you can always grow as a person, but you always got to remain you in every situation, because that's the person you're going to have to really answer to at the end of the day. Like, it's either, like, let's say you did something out of character that's just not like you that day. Like, I was watching while I was watching with Chris Brown and Rihanna, I never really understood why they had got into a fight, and he was like pretty much explaining his side of the story, and he was like, he told his side of the story, and I understood why he reacted that way in the fight, but it didn't make it right. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like he was so mad at himself because he's like, yo, like this isn't who I am all the time. Like this was just one situation, and now people are painting me a certain type of way. Like imagine if we was just like just if we did anything to that lady, not whether she deserved
Oh
it or
man.
not, yo, we would be all over the news. We would be
Facts.
painted as two black thugs that beat up some poor defenseless lady. Like you know what I'm saying? And that's the part that got me tight. 'Cause I'm like, had it been another spun another way, like I would be in cuffs or something like that. Like, and I'm the one being attacked.
Yeah. No, you said it best, man. It it's a crazy situation. Speaking of crazy situations, I finally saw Joker.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I know you've been waiting on me.
I'm tired
Uh,
of people waiting 3 or 4 weeks to see. I want to see the shit today so I can talk about it tomorrow. That's how I do it. Bro.
nah, I feel you on that. It's just, yeah, I've just been
I'm
busy,
telling
so.
you. So what did you? What was your make of? Also, I mean, what was your make of the movie and the controversy surrounding the steps in the Bronx?
Um, well, I'll say the movie was pretty good. I definitely feel like it was gassed. Like it was great. It was a great movie, but the way people were talking about it was just insane. Maybe because they relate to it more. Maybe because that's why it like I guess maybe they like it more. But to me, it was just your typical crazy person movie. But it was a great movie. Um, I did think like there were some real messages in there, like I remember when he was talking to the counselor, not the counselor, like the social service person, and like he's trying to like tell her his problems and everything like that, and she's like trying to talk about something else, and he like tells her like I'm trying to tell you what I've been going through, and you like not even paying attention. So like there was definitely some real messages in that movie, like definitely had some low key stuff. And the stuff that he was preaching was pretty much did kind of make sense. I mean, like the killing part, obviously not, but like stuff he was saying, how people, some people just don't care and stuff like that. Like,
It just bothers me that I always, in movies like that, I always side with the villain, even though it's obvious that. I mean, it's obvious the villain to me always starts off as a regular like person or whatever like that, and then like they just over time they just become a villain. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And the villain is to show. I feel like most movies and things like that, the villain is showing the world who they become or who they or what the actions of the world how they created like the problems and things like that and the superhero is trying to save the people from the villain, but the villain is like 'cause it's like why do they always want the like Batman and Spider-Man to die so that the villain could do whatever they want, you know what I'm
hmm
saying? And the villain, I feel like, is somebody that just is tired of being told what to do, or maybe they, I don't know. I feel like I mean, I feel like the villain is supposed to, like, even like what Killmonger and like a lot of movies, the villain is supposed to be somebody that you're supposed to like have some type of like, you agree with them or disagree, some type of like you're supposed to have some type of feelings towards the villain, like I understand this person. And then the superheroes are obvious, like in Black Panther, how he wanted to keep vibranium to that one planet to preserve themselves, and Killmonger's like, yo, there's a whole. If you was to just spread it out, like you know how many people you would save, like how many people you would help, like things like that. So even with the Joker, it's like he's like, yo, people don't care about the. They only care that I killed these people because they were Wall Street people. Like
yeah,
they don't care. Like if it was me, they'd have just like walked right by me. And those, that's why I always felt like, even though, because I have a passive aggressive personality, and then at times I just take the passive off. And then, like you know, because it's like sometimes you have like confrontation is necessary to things to change. Like if if a person is being bullied and they never stand up for themselves, they're gonna have a different view of the world than a person that not gonna let somebody bully them under any circumstances. They just like they have two different perspectives. Like if you're okay with somebody taking your lunch money, You're gonna be okay with somebody doing something. You're gonna be okay with your wife sleeping on with the next person. You're gonna be okay with certain stuff,
Right.
like period, because you allowed it at such an early age. So I feel like that person that just is not taking it from nobody, they gonna have a different perspective. I mean, like for me, like it's harder for me to stand up for myself and easier for me to stand up for other people. Like if something is just obviously wrong and I'm there, like if I was walking by a group of kids beating up a little kid, like I'm gonna say something. Like even though I probably shouldn't, because you never know. But I can't. I'm not gonna walk by it. I'm gonna think about it for mad long. So I'm like, if I don't want to think about it, I need to just do something about it. Like period. Like so, I don't know. Like I feel like with him, he was a passive person, and then he has no other way. He don't know. He's just going to turn to aggressive, and that's what a lot of people do. Like somebody that's tired of I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of the things that could help the world are right in front of us, but we choose to ignore it.
No, that's true. I'd say, like towards the ending, you know, when like the ending where he's standing on top of the cop car or whatever, and like he has like the whole crowd cheering him on and all that. I'll say like, as crazy as it sounds, I'll say that's kind of like I feel like that can happen, like where people just go crazy and like that type of people like throwing stuff through windows and all that stuff. Like I feel like it's realistic because I feel like if a group of people can just start doing it, and other people are gonna see it and be like, oh, I want to do that too, and it's like eventually it's gonna get like a huge following. I feel like that could actually happen. I don't want it to happen, obviously, but I feel like
I mean, but it's been. I mean, that Joker character's been around for so long, and it hasn't happened yet. I feel like there's something preventing people from being chaotic.
well, yeah, like sanity. Because I mean, like,
Not because think about it. What is literally stopping people from doing that? Like we could do that if we wanted to.
right? I'm saying sanity. Like you're not, you have your sanity. You're not insane.
But what would it take for what would it take for somebody to like you know what I'm saying? What would it
Yeah.
take for somebody to push somebody to that edge? Like yo, like nah. That's what I'm saying. Is that like I feel like people are not as crazy as they want to say that they are. Um, and
No,
but
I
what
mean,
you
I disagree with that. But go on, go ahead.
yeah, cause like what you said, like with the Joker. Now we could go to the steps thing, like how everybody's going to the steps and doing that. Like people do that. They're not going around. They're not going on TV shows shooting. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
certain things that people know. Like I ain't going. I'm not built for that. Like you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like there's some things you built for. There's some things that you're not built for as a just an individual. Like, and I feel like that's what separates people from doing certain stuff. Is people? It's certain people that's gonna be honest with themselves.
Mhm.
Like yo, like I don't know, like it always remind me of the Boondocks, right? You seen the Boondocks where
Yeah.
like they have like the civil rights. Back in the day, they had like the civil rights marches.
Mhm.
That could be considered like going chaotic to like the government, like oh you can't control them, they out in the streets or
Yeah.
whatever, right? But then there's some people that's like yo, like I ain't really trying to go out there because like they got dogs and stuff that just be chasing and biting. They got hoses. They doing stuff that like I just want to go home and go to work. There's people like that back in during those times that was like, yo, I'm not going to the riot today. Like I want to just live my life.
And that's the thing that I thought about that the other day too. It's like I feel like if we ever do rebel, because I saw this video somewhere, I think it's like somewhere in Asia, I think it was like India or something like that, where like they supposedly, I guess they were like raising like electricity bills and stuff like that. So like they burned down the company's like office, like corporate building, pretty much, and like in like retaliation to that. So I'm just like, I feel like if we were to do that, like they would really like let the guns loose and just like go crazy on us. I feel like they're not gonna be the type. If we ever do rebel, I feel like it's not gonna end well. Like we're gonna see how really fucked up this country is. I feel like.
I don't know. I just want to leave.
You always say you're gonna leave. Like where you.
I don't want to. Nah, I'm not staying in America. That's a fact. I don't know what country I'm gonna wind up living the rest of my life in. But like if like the only way I could stay in this country is if I was the president. And I feel like they should let me be president if they let Donald Trump be president. because I feel like I'm a better human being than he is.
I mean, shit, might as well.
You know, so if they're not gonna let me be president, then I'll just go somewhere else. That's how I feel.
Well, like more like Europe or
Yeah, definitely Europe. I don't know what. I be having some strange ass dreams. I don't know if it was a dream or a movie I seen, but somebody just took Antarctica like off the map, like of the world. Like, like they was like, I'm tired of this, and it just went. It just took it off, like, and it wasn't there no more. I don't. I think it was a show, but I could have been dreaming. I don't know, but like that shit was funny as hell.
But you know, the crazy part is, I kind of do want to visit Antarctica.
I think you did tell me that before.
Yeah, because it's like,
Ain't that where Nova Scotia is at?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like, I want to see like polar bears and like Eskimos and shit like that. I feel like that shit. I feel like it'd be pretty cool. I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
I don't know. You know what? What is your biggest fear?
Uh, that's tough.
Or what was something that you was that was your biggest fear that you could say that you overcame?
Um, I say heights, kind of.
Like how high up would you not?
Like shit, I was hiking mountains when I was in South Dakota and stuff. So it's like,
But did you do that on purpose or because you were scared? That you had to hike the mountain, or
yeah, because my friends were doing it. So it's like,
so it's peer pressure, or did you want to conquer?
I kind of
your
low.
fear?
Yeah. It was kind of a little bit of both. Like I kind of low key was like, you know what, I kind of want to do this. But it's like if you like slip, it's like you just fall down and it's a wrap. But yeah, I kind of did want to conquer it, pretty much.
My biggest fear, because it's like my biggest fear was trying something new in front of people, and I've conquered that. But I wouldn't say I fully conquered it, but that was always my like. Nobody wants to fail in front of a person, and I think once you get over that fear of like, if that is your fear of trying something new or like doing something that you're not used to doing in front of somebody, of anybody, like it doesn't have to be like, let's say like like one of my me performing in front of my mom was a big thing for me because it's like I don't know, like it just was, and it's not she's not used to seeing me as a rapper, so it was like me doing that in front of her or me doing the show in front of her is like a fear or whatever. But just like in general, like I never wanted to. I don't know. I never wanted to fail or do something wrong, so I wouldn't even try it. Like I wouldn't even like I was saying, like it was certain stuff at certain machines at the gym I wouldn't even try because I don't want people at the gym looking at me like, oh, look at him trying to do this. He don't know what
Right.
he doing, or like yeah, that and that's where most things come from is that there's something that people don't know what they don't know something, and they're afraid to say that they don't know, or they're afraid to ask for help, so they'll continue to not know it.
Or they're afraid to just like do it and try it out.
Yeah, or to learn through experience. And I'm like that like I don't know, like I could never make fun of or put somebody down for trying something new or trying to learn something that they never knew. And I don't think that I feel like this something that everybody doesn't know or but they should just go learn it. Like they shouldn't like
No, facts. Like I agree with that. Like I
got
feel
a
like,
phone call.
oh, we got a phone call. Oh, hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey mom.
Yes, I'm just calling in. I'm watching the show. You guys are doing great. I like the new segment that you guys have.
Appreciate you.
Mom, what's your biggest fear?
Excuse me?
What's your biggest fear?
What's my biggest fear?
Mhm.
Well, I was calling in wondering why you felt your biggest fear was performing in front of me.
Because, well, I asked you a question first. See how people try to like switch it up. This is what I've been dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. 29 years. What's your biggest fear? I'll tell you my. I'll tell you my answer.
My biggest fear, I don't know. I think as a mom, you don't want to. My biggest fear, I guess, is just failing as a parent. You know, you just want to always do the best and be there for your children no matter what. I'm thinking that would just be it. You know.
But I feel like you are a woman before you are a mom. So I'm asking you, as a woman, what's your biggest fear?
As a woman, I don't know. That's like a tough question. I have to get back to you with that one.
All right, that's good.
I had so many different ones, but I just want you to know I don't want you to ever feel uncomfortable or anytime you're performing because I enjoy each performance you've had, and I know you're out there trying and doing your best. And, I can see the concern there, but trust me, you're doing a great job, and Mom is proud of you. And you, Ade, and Michael, just for doing the show and the segment that you have on is wonderful, and I can see more shows coming along. Like you mentioned a young lady with the winery in Harlem.
Hmm.
March is Women's History Month. That would be great. Maybe you can get her to come on and speak about that as well as others. But continue to do what you guys are doing. And as far as what happened to you guys the last time, it's unfortunate. And like you said, if it was turned around, it would have been a different situation. But don't give too much energy to that situation. It happened. It was unfortunate. But just move on from it, okay? You guys are wonderful. You're doing a great job. Don't let that one thing consume most of your time and your energy, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, I love you.
All right. Love you guys.
Take care.
God bless.
Yeah. And
I love you.
I love you too. I don't like being all soft on the radio.
that was great. That was great.
But yeah, so yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like everybody should just face their fears. Whatever it is, just try it. You never know.
Failure isn't a bad thing. You learn from it.
Yeah, failure is not an option. It's either you learn or you win. So and I think a lot of people are scared to win too.
Facts.
They're scared that like whatever they want to do is gonna work for them, and they don't know how to deal with that. They know how to deal with what they know, so they stick to what they know. But you gotta just be brave enough to go to the other side.
Yes, sir. And with that, we can wrap it up here. It's been a good show.
I just want to give a big, huge shout out to Dave for the new segment that he came up with,
Oh,
and
appreciate
he executed it very well.
Yeah, and we're gonna have more segments, like way more than that. We're gonna have new, different aspects of the show that we'll reveal soon. Got a lot more stuff coming up. Like the new location was just the start. You feel me? A lot more on the way. You know the time. Live at 9. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, everybody.